Good evening, everybody. My name is Jonathan Simrock. I'm a photographer based in Edmonton, and I'm here to bring you a tutorial of how to shoot real estate. And basically, let's get started. So, the first things first, whenever I do real estate shoot, the first thing I have to always look out for is this junk. Junk is always bad for your photo, and it's unprofessional. I did remove it in uh, was it Photoshop, and it's nicer. It's a lot nicer, but it I would just in general get rid of the junk. It makes it so much hassle free, and it's a little bit less of a pain to edit. But so is the case. But anyways, let's get started in editing this photo. So with this photo, I took a picture of the kitchen, obviously, and it's nice, It's actually a pretty decent photo, like for the first shot, but it's not professional grade yet. So the first thing I would do is um, get Lightroom. This is the stuff I'm using right now. I'm using Adobe Lightroom 5. It's a very good program to use for editing software. A lot of photographers, a lot of professional photographers use this program. It's fairly inexpensive. It's around like $10 per month if you're doing a monthly basis, or you could pay 150. I'm not too sure how much it's going for right now, but I paid 150 or something for this program, and it works like a charm. It's very good. Um, yeah, so get it. It's good. You can actually get a deal with Adobe Lightroom 5. Sometimes they have like Adobe has like sometimes combos where you can get Adobe Lightroom 5 and Photoshop for like $12 or $15 or something like that per month, and that's pretty inexpensive if you want professional graded editing tools. So yeah, basically let's get started on editing. So with any when I start editing with any photo, the first thing I'm always go down to is lens correction. So the first thing I would do is edit profile correction. So what this does is basically removes any warping with your lenses, I believe. So basically, if this happens a lot with wide angle, I'm using a wide angle lens for this photo right here, and basically anything that's close will like start warping it. But I believe I was at a good enough like range where it didn't have any warping effect. So it basically doesn't have any of a warping effect. But if you do have like a warping effect, just click on that guy. The next one is to remove chromatic aberration. What that is I believe this is what happens when you shoot inside the like towards the sun. But I'm not shooting towards the sun, so I don't have that problem. But if you do shoot towards the sun, it will remove that like purple or green fuzz, and it's usually at the most overblown areas that you see that. So click that to remove that ugly color, and it looks a lot better on your photos. And then constraint crop. Basically, what that means is like when you hit level, it will automatically crop out that extra excess like edges. So for example, it didn't work that time, but keep it on. Basically, what happens is like if you once you like snip off something, it's usually like feels like it doesn't have that white border around it. So I probably would have to show you guys like another tutorial on like where when that happens. So, but anyways, got all that done. So I go back to the top, and basically next I notice in the image is the highlights. The highlights in this area is a little bit too overblown, and in around that area. And so let's remove that. So you don't want to go too far, or else the whole image looks a little bit too dark and looks like the lights are too dim. So I'm gonna have like around 48%. Next is the shadows. The chair's a little bit too dark, and maybe the wine cellar is a little bit too dark too. So you kind of want to see a little bit of detail. So bring that out. That's to go find a dark spot and then start adding your shadows. And I'm going to leave you at 40 because if I go any further, I can already tell some pixels are starting to show up. You go more, boom, not nice. It's you, it's gross. You don't want that in your images. It doesn't look very nice. So I'll leave it around like about 40%. Next is the whites. I'm gonna bring down the whites a little bit. That's just the brightness of like the general area. And then blacks. The wood is a little bit too light, so I'm gonna bring a little bit of that darkness back into it. Around 24. That's good. And then next is clarity. Depending on the lighting of like the rooms that you're in, this is really good lighting, so I can boost up the clarity. Usually I'm gonna boost it to the max actually. It gives it that really like nice depth, you know. Whereas like this is not too bad, but I kind of want to like give it like a little bit more of a bolder look in the shadow areas and stuff. So I'm gonna go around 50%. And next I'm gonna go with the vibrance. It's not too bad the color right now, but a little bit more color is not gonna hurt. It's gonna give it more of an orange feel. Around 43. It gives the house a little bit of that nice warm orange color look. So that's good. Then we'll go on to the details. Now for details, I always go on noise reduction first. It's just easier to do this step because if I honestly went sharpening, then noise, it's okay. I kind of find it easier just to do the noise reduction than add the sharpening after. So there you go. So the chairs looks really good and doesn't look too pixelated. And let's find the spots to add some sharpness. Let's try here. So we'll go about 40%. Let's turn it off. See a little bit of pixels, you know, and it's not doesn't pop out as much, so that should be good. Yeah, so that gives it a little bit more detail, and then that's all good. So last but not least, I do border patrol last, so I can see through the edges. That's good. Around this angle, you start to see some like of the walls and whatnot, and yeah, see. And there's a little bit of chromatic aberration. I don't know why I didn't pick that off, but we're just gonna remove that anyway. So let's go move it a smidge, not too much, about right there. That should be good. Let's see, yeah, about right there. That's good. And yeah, the image looks a lot better already as it is. So that's pretty much it. So I'll show you the before and after. So this is the before, not too bad, but once you add a little bit of Photoshop, it looks a lot better. Just gonna add a little bit more of the shadows, so right there. That way everything is quite detailed. So yeah, that is everything. So that's basically how I edit my real estate photos. Hopefully you guys take this and start putting into your real estate photo shoots, and yeah, take the lessons that I've learned and the mistakes that I've done, but yeah, don't try to do the mistakes I've done with the junk and whatnot. So yeah, anyways, if you guys can subscribe to my YouTube channel, that'd be great. Leave any comments and send some likes my way, that'd be great. I'll be sending some more YouTube tutorials in the future, so look forward to putting out some more YouTube tutorials. I believe this week I'll probably show you how to edit some models after, so it'll probably be happening later in the end of the month. I'll be doing that, so later closer to the end of March, I'll be showing some models and like how to photo shoot them and what to look for and what to not shoot and stuff. So yeah. Anyways, good shooting and best of luck to you guys.